Hey gang, today we're going to do an eclectic solo over an E blues shuffle, chock full of licks from Stevie Ray and Eric Clapton and probably some others as well. And it's just good, clean fun. All right, so I hope you enjoy this one as much as I do. Go through it note for note in just a second. All right, gang, let's go over this note for note. First things first, you want to download the tab from the link in the description below. Definitely going to make your life a little bit easier. Second thing is the sound. You want a bit of a gutsy sound, right? So it's an overdriven type of sound, rock blues all the way. Okay, let's go over the chord progression. Really simple one, but it's an oldie but a goodie, tried and true, and it works really nice. So it's a standard blues shuffle in E. We're going to start out with E, A, back to E, A, E, B, A, E. And that's the turnaround, and then back to E. That turnaround is B chord. Then we're going to go back to E. All right, so that's the chord progression that we're going to play over. So let's go over this now line by line. Here is the first line that we'll go over. All right, so there you go. Definitely out of Stevie Ray Vaughan playbook on that one. So we're going to start out with this little ditty here. Okay, so we're sliding up. We're playing basically a unison here. So we're playing on the second string. We're playing 3, sliding up to 5, and then we're hitting that open E string. And in the end, we're coming back down to 3 and hitting both open on that double stop, like so. You want to make that as as kind of dissonant as you can on this one. It sounds good if it's not totally straight. All right, that's the first part. Here's the second part. Okay, standard lick right here. So here we're playing on the first and second strings. We're playing another double stop. On the first we're playing the 7th. On the second we're playing the 8th, and we're bending that second up a half step to get to the 9th. If you notice, that is making a little E dyad there. Right? That's if you're playing this chord right here. This is just the top 2 strings. So instead of playing that directly, we're bending up to it, and that's why it's so effective. All right. Okay, so we're coming out of that like so. Okay, so that one is playing down on the 5th string, on 2nd string, 5th fret. And then we're playing this little ditty here. So a typical little turn there. So we're playing 2nd, hammering to the 3rd, back to the 1st, back to the 2nd, and then pulling open. That's all on the 3rd string, like so. Play it slow here. And then landing on the 4th string, 2nd fret. Now the more you can make that smooth and not bend it like I just did, the better that's going to be. Okay, and then we're playing on the 3rd, hammering onto the 1st fret there, and then playing the 2 open top strings, like so. Now I use my pick and fingers on that one. I use my fingers to play up on the first 2 strings. I like how that sounds. You can try that too, or you can play just the pick going down. That sounds good too. All right, to come out of that, we're playing this. So that's sliding up. We're basically just trying to end on an E7 chord, which is this right here. Just playing on the strings 2 and 3 though, it's this. which is 3rd string 4th fret, 2nd string 3rd fret. And basically we're going to slide up 2 frets above that and then slide back down to it. Okay? Then we just take the whole thing up a whole octave and do the same thing. So instead of sliding to here, we're going to slide up a whole octave all the way up to here, which is 3rd string 18th fret, 2nd string 17th fret, and then sliding down to the 16 and 15 respectively. Okay, here's the whole thing again. Okay, let's do the next line here. Here we go. All right, I love that line. It's kind of a standard, it sounds like Eric Clapton-esque line, kind of a major pentatonic sound there. So we're playing here on the 14th. We're bending it up a half step, and then we're playing the 14th itself. And then we're playing a little hammer on and pull off from the 12th. And then one of the things I like here is we're using a standard blues move, and we're playing, this note is an E on the 1st string, and we're sliding up to the E on the 2nd string, a few frets above it, and giving it lots of vibrato. So here it is again. Again, very standard blues move, and easy to execute too once you get it. Okay, here's the next line. Really cool bend in here, and we're ending on a standard sort of 6th sound. So we're playing up here on the 17th, which is, this is straight out of an E minor pentatonic. So we're playing 17, 15 on the 2nd, 16 on the 3rd, and then jumping a whole string to play on the 1st. We're playing the 17th and bending a whole step. Now we're going to play another standard move here in the quick slide. So we're playing the 16th to the 14th and then playing the rest of that minor pentatonic. And then we're playing a standard 6th here. So here I'm playing on the 3rd and the 1st strings only, and I am using pick and fingers. I'm playing, although you can do it with your pick too only if you want to, but I'm playing on the 3rd string, I'm playing the 12th, hammering to the 13th, and then playing the 12th on the 1st string, and then doing the same thing on the 14th and sliding up to the 16th and giving it lots of vibrato and playing it over and over. I think I only wrote it once on the tab, but you can play that as much as you want to just totally milk it. You know, it's a Hendrix's Red House sort of sound. Dog likes it, clearly. All right. So let's play that whole line then. Okay, let's play the next line. Now it's going to start over the B chord, and then we're going to go to the A chord. So here is that line. Okay, so that's over that B chord, and then the A chord. So over the B chord, we're doing something really, really simple. We're going to slide on the 3rd string somewhere down here. I think I wrote down the 4th, but it could be anywhere you want. Slide it up to the 8th, and then play basically a double stop on the 7th and for the 2nd and 1st string. Actually, it's not a double stop. We'll play them each individually. So it's like this. But notice that's just the outline of a B chord, a little B triad, right, on the top 3 strings. And then we're going to play our doubling trick here again, but we're going to play on a 10th, bending it up to the 12th instead of just playing the 12th. So instead of playing this like we did before, sounds great, right? But now we're going to bend it. And give it lots of vibrato, especially on that second bend. Once you get it up there, give it a lot of shake. Okay? Now over the A chord, we're going to play this. Nice little trick in this one. I don't know who I learned this from, but I love this trick. So the first part's just a sort of standard A little thing here. We're playing on the second string, we're going to play bend up on the 12th, then play the 12th, and play a little dipsy doodle on the to get to the 11th on the 3rd, like so. Okay, and now here's the little trick. We're going to bend, and instead of letting it come down, we're going to slide up and bend again. And it makes it sound like it's really floating. Now it helps if you have more sustain on this one. This has got enough, I suppose, but volume can help you a little bit there. Love that effect. So what we're doing here is we're bending up on the 11th, a whole step. And instead of letting it come down, we're going to slide up to the 13th and now bend a step and a half. So you're aiming for this note. What you don't want is to have it come down. That's not the effect. The effect is to just have it keep floating, and you do that by sliding up. Landing on the E, 9th fret, 3rd string. Okay, here's that whole part. All right. Here is the last line. This one is a pretty standard, pretty straightforward lick, and maybe I'm a bit schizophrenic on here and don't really know what I'm doing. But I started out with a little E major pentatonic. I'm basically just doing Chuck Berry in each of these. I'll start out with this little E major pentatonic because I'm playing over the E major scale, or the E major chord. So that's my major pentatonic. And I'm going to play the Chuck Berry lick, right? So I'm playing on the 11th, putting up a half step, and then playing 9-9 on the top 2 strings. You've heard that, I don't know how many times, right? But instead of continuing a lick that's in E major, I do a little trick here. It's also a common trick, and I move up a minor third, which means 3 frets, and I do it again. And you'll find that when that happens, when you start in a major pentatonic, you'll get into the minor pentatonic. So I'm going from E major pentatonic to E minor pentatonic. Pretty cool. And we'll do the same lick. Right? So I'm just now bending up on the 14th, playing 12-12 on the first 2 strings. And then just coming right down that minor pentatonic scale. On the second, 15-12. Third, 14-11. Oh, I'm sorry, 14-12. Fourth, 14-12. And then on the 5th, ending on that one twice. Okay, here it is slowly. And that's it. Well, gang, there you go. An eclectic blues shuffle in E. Lots of good E licks in there from, like I said, Stevie Ray to Eric Clapton. Hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you on down the road.